All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me.
You're not on the room.
Yeah. Let me make sure. Okay. There we go. All right, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone had an amazing long day weekend, 3 day weekend, and enjoy yourself there for the holidays. So thank you for joining us this morning. Okay. Good. Guys can hear me. Okay. Excellent. All right, guys. Welcome. Let's see what we have today. We have a lot on our gappers list on the green side, also a lot on the red. But look at the green today. Looking really extensive. Is this live? Hold on. I just want to make sure.
Yes,
Yes, it is live.
that is
Okay.
correct.
So we will definitely go through that, see what's going on there. But before we do so, Norm, what's going on with the SPY today? It looks pretty much flat right now, but anything happening that we should be expecting this
No,
week?
we're up 2/3 of a percent on the SPY, 0.8 on the Q. So pretty decent gap up this morning on heavy volume. No economic data today. Obviously, markets were closed yesterday. We've got the presidential inauguration tomorrow. We'll have that going on. It looks like low float mania this morning going on. I actually took a trade, and then as it started going in my direction, realized that it's in sim. I changed computers over the weekend, so I tried to get everything perfectly set up. And overall, my layouts. I apologize if I'm somewhat useless this morning on some of this. Feel like I've put my shoes on the wrong feet with the way my mouse moves
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
everything else. Um, Part of that, I guess, is my global defaults and DAS were not set up properly. Anyway, yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of what we got going on. Not a whole lot of economic data. We are in earnings season. It has kicked off. We had bank earnings this morning. Bank of America, Goldman, for instance, have reported. We've got Netflix after the bell today. So that's the story, my man.
All right, excellent. All right, guys, let's get to it. Yeah, looking at this list a little closer now, I do see there is a whole lot of this yellowish type float here. So anything in that yellow area is loosely lower shares, lowest float. So you can see here 9.635, 23. So again, well, us go through it. Let's see what we can find here. Let's start with the first one, ACRS. This one is 31 million shares float. Is up 95% right now. Pre-market action starting to look a little bit better here. These last two candles are looking better with more volume, so that's good. Could be a good potential. It's not a complete low float, sitting at 31. So we'll add this one here for now. Their daily, it's okay for the type of stock that it is and the way it's moving now. It's not bad. So we'll take a closer look at that one. GRTS, 33 million shares flow. Now this one doesn't look as active as the one we just saw. They are up 40% as well, but again, doesn't look as a great pre-market action as far as the price action right now. So we'll hold off on this one for now. Here's Givo. We looked at this one before in the past. Their daily continues to rip higher here. They're sitting at 118 million shares, so not a low flow stock. But this one here, guys, it could be interesting. Again, I don't really like the way this one trades, but today they got great volume, 4.9 up 32% right now. I think it's worth at least taking a second look at it. Let's take a look at TRIT here, TRIT. This one, for the most part right now, pre-market action doesn't look great. Daily looks very horrible as well, so I'm going to pass on this one. This is not looking good at all. So let's skip on that one. Let's look at the next one, Pola, Pola. This one is 5.9 million shares. Pre-market action looking all right. I mean, they are up 18%. But again, not great pre-market action. Their daily is somewhat interesting here, but for a 5.9 million shares flow, this doesn't look good. So yeah, we'll skip on that one. Let's look at, I'm sorry, this is a 23 million. No, excuse me. No, 5.9. Correct. I was correct. 5.9. These two flipped on me, so I got it kind of threw me off there. We already did trade here. This one doesn't look great, so we'll skip on that one. LAC 66 million. Pre-market doesn't look great, guys. You got a little bit of some volume here. 262. It's gapping up 16%. Uh, Again, I don't like the pre-market action. Their daily has been incredible, though. If you look at their daily here, they have been ripping nicely. Beautiful breakout today, gapping up 16%. Let's take a look at the daily and see. I'm sorry, at the not the daily. What we've seen in the past out of this one, right? They had a couple of good days. Let's see how they actually have been trading. This would have been on the 14. That doesn't look good. Let's go back a little more. Let's check the 13. This would have been Friday. Let's look at the 13, see how that did. Here's the 13. This would have been Thursday. Yes, yeah. the way this thing is forming here, you could tell the price action is not clean. So again, I'm not sure on this one, so I'm gonna skip on it for now. If it does get better, guys, throw it back out to me. FRSX, this one we checked out a few times in the past. This one doesn't trade very well, guys. Look at their daily. Again, they're up again 15.1 right now, 1.6 million shares traded. But for the most part, they don't trade all that well. So yeah, I'm not a fan of it. We'll skip it for now. If the pre-market action can get better, right? If this can get better, for example, if you look at ACRS, right, this looks like it's starting to get going here. So if it can get better, become a little more active, maybe. But right now, I'm just not seeing this. Pre-market action is pretty dead so far. PPSI, this one here, not great, guys. Pre-market action also not looking good. Their daily's not looking great neither. We've seen this one before in the past, PPSI. So I'm going to skip on that one. This is a 3 million shares flow. Again, you want to see a heavy volume on something with a float that low. So I'm going to skip on it for now. Here's GameStop. Now, GameStop has been very active. I do want to add GameStop today. I think there's a potential for a continuation here. Their daily right now doesn't look great, right? It's kind of a little bit choppy in here. But I think they have some good movement, right? Lately, with all the volume coming in, they've been actually trading very well in the intraday. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Already 1.3 million shares traded. They're up 12%. So again, it's all the heavy news on GameStop has really made it a better trading stock than what it normally is. EH, what we got going on here? EH up 11.3, 318. No, it's so. It's a 9.6, so that makes it even worse. Again, you need very heavy volume for these lower flow stocks, so I'm gonna skip on that one. RESN, this one's the pre-market action. It's not great. The daily is not great neither. Not a low flow stock, sitting at 49 million. But yeah, this doesn't look good either. We'll skip on that. STPK, also not a great pre-market action, guys. They're up 10%, 150,000 shares traded, but just look how that 150 has been traded here. Doesn't look good. Skip on this one. FU2U, early this Tuesday morning, Norm. We have here.
Hope you had a nice holiday too.
I did. I actually did have a great holiday. Hope you did as well.
Well, an F you to you as well.
There you go. So here, this one, guys, pre-market action up 9% this morning, 343. Again, this thing has been on our gap list quite a bit, and I always end up taking it off. Let's look at the action on Friday. What did it do Friday? Actually, Friday had a horrible pre-market action. You know, it's got some moves in it that just happen out of nowhere. Like, for example, this actually, the beginning of this trade here is not bad. This is a great double top there, which again, you don't start looking for double tops that early on, but it's a great breakdown from the VWAP here. Break of the low of the day. That was good. Nice little run, nice reversal. Then here just goes that. It's nothing happening here. Obviously, the volume has gone away from it. And then out of nowhere, you know, you get this volume that comes in. So again, if you're patient, maybe could be something good, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this one, so I'm gonna skip on it for now. Maybe a possible. I don't know. Maybe. Let's do that. Let's do a possible for that. BLDP. This one here is pre-market action. It's horrible, guys. Very choppy. 207. It is up 8.6. The daily chart is really all over the place on this one. Possible continuation. If it can get some volume and get going on Friday, it actually traded pretty nice towards the downside. This looks very clean. The candles are connecting nicely. Look like it has some volume. Maybe a possible. Let's see. And I believe some members watched this one on Friday. Sun W is usually on our gappers list. Doesn't trade very well, guys. Very choppy. We're going to skip on that one. And I think I'm going to stop here because this list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
We're not able to get through all of these, obviously. But let's scroll down and look at some big ones that might be fun for today. Space has been very active. Let's take a look at that one. This one is their daily looks interesting. I do like the way this is setting up here. I think Space is worth even as a secondary. We'll take a closer look at it. Looking on down here, SRNE was a good trade for us a while back. Today they're gapping up nicely, 6 point after a couple of great days here. This could be a good possible. I only said because I have history trading this one in the past and we've done well in it. Maybe today could be one of those days. Scroll on down. What else? Okay, yeah, we're not gonna go through all this. It's a lot on here. It seems like the list just doubled by the time we started the show. All right, Norm, what do you like this morning? I know you haven't had a chance to look through a lot just yet.
Yeah, I'm still setting this thing up to make sure nothing misfires. So I have not been able to do a ton of research. I'm gonna steal some ideas from others this morning, and then hopefully be back to normal tomorrow. I do want to say one thing before we dive into that. Somebody on YouTube asked, why do some stocks not have shares to short? And I think it maybe came up with GME. There's a whole lot of reasons that could be. Everything from short shares generally are, you have to borrow them from somebody else to sell, and so if it's not a widely held stock, for instance, the broker just might not have any other clients that in-house that have that stock. There are other
Right.
ways that they can get shares, but that's a pretty simple way to explain that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
um, it could be a really, really volatile stock that the broker potentially has shares there. They're just not willing to do it because they're not going to take the risk on your margin for something to collapse. Some brokers have a rule about, for instance, not being able to short things at their brokerage under $5, like penny stocks, because they might be too volatile, and put them at too much risk. And the other thing too is like GME. There are probably a ton of people at IB that have stock there. The problem is that the number of people shorting it, you see the short interest is just massive. And so literally all the shares that they have available to borrow might be already sold short by somebody else. Now you can do a locate, but those can get expensive on certain things. Some brokers have better short inventory because they have more clients with more diverse positions that they're holding in their accounts. So anyway, that's a quick thing on at least a few of the reasons why that might be the case.
Yep, absolutely. On the downside, guys, we forgot to look at this, but I was kind of scrolling through it here, and again, not a lot looks great. PRPH, this one is down 20% this morning, 124, but not a great pre-market action, not a great daily. CLSK also down. This looks horrible, guys. Down 8.2, 198. So again, not really clean. The daily looks interesting though. Losing hopefully this area of support here at 30. That could be a nice drop towards the downside. But again, doesn't look really promising. Light here, LITI. Now this one we have looked at in the past. It's a very difficult stock to trade. It can be very whippy, very spready. So I tend to stay away from it. Also, the price ranges, on this it's just wild. So just be careful if you are going to be looking at this one. I know it can move quite a bit, but the price action is just horrible. Here's Edit, doesn't look good neither. CCIV. Now CCIV, I know there's a lot of traders that have been looking at this one, and actually have done some really good trades. So we'll put it as a possible in case you're thinking about that. We could take a closer look at it and see what's happening there. TRY, now we know the pot sector was very active last week and actually a couple of weeks ago as well. Today, TRY actually is looking very active, down 2.9, 1.5. This actually looks very good. We do have shares for sure. And again, TRY does not trade like the way it used to back in the days. Definitely has changed. I think it's a little more stable now, so we'll add that on there. And last one on here, mRNA is not doing a whole lot, down 2.6. But not great volume this morning. Just seems to be chopping around here on the daily. I don't see anything promising at the moment right now. So, all right, let's take it to the chat room, guys. What do you guys like this morning? Let's start with Radu. You are giving us PLTR. Now PLTR, guys, we've been looking at PLTR for some time, and it seems like it's just chopping around here. It's just not doing a whole lot on the daily, and the intraday plays, some of them have not been really clean, and this stock can really be choppy at times. At the moment, they have great volume, 911. They're up 3.1 today. Again, I think they're trying to get going here and pop up, but it has been proven to be difficult for them to get that going. So. As a possible, at least, because they do have volume. Let's type the right thing there. PLTR. They do have volume. They are up 3% this morning. It's just, are they going to be able to trade clean today? Is the big issue with this one. Let's head on down. What do we have? GameStop is on our list, so thank you for that. MGM. Let's see here. MGM starting to get going here. They have they're up 5.7, 327. Their daily looks great. I see what you're looking at here. A possible breakout. The volume though, it looks like it's very spotty, right? So you got 327, but hasn't really done much after that. So maybe a possible, but we'll see. I do like the daily a lot on this one. I think if it can break out of here towards 32, 33, that can be some great potential there. We'll see. BB. BlackBerry, let's see what's going on there. They had some news last week, and we saw how that played out nicely. Today, they definitely got volume. They're up 5.7. Yeah, I think it's worth taking a look at this one. Let's add BB there. I think that one looks good. Let's head on down. What else you guys? PLTR, we have that one. MGM, we do. Fuel cell and plug. Fuel cell right now 1.1 million, up 4%. Yeah, so fuel cell, let's throw that on there. Plug, let's take a look at plug. Plug was very good to us last month and the month before. Today they're up 5.2, 1.1 million. Yeah, I mean it does have potential, right? We'll put it on here. It doesn't look great though today compared to what we have seen in the past from them. All right, BB, we have Billy. What is Billy up to now? I know these guys are just ripping here. They are up 2.4, but their pre-market action is not looking great. I know they have 641,000 shares traded. That is in a, I don't know where that volume is sitting here. So probably a couple of block trades creating that. But for the most part, this is not a great pre-market action at all right now. So we'll skip on that one. BNGO. Okay, BNGO gapping up 7.4, 7.8 million shares traded. Let's see what we have here as far as trading. This was Friday. So, this was brutal Friday. This is not good. Let's look at Thursday. Right, maybe Thursday's a little bit better. Yeah, Thursday was a good day for them. So it could be a very strong hit or miss here. Thursday was great, guys. Beautiful breakout. This was this day here, right? You consolidated, you had the pop. Now you're a little bit extended on the day. I don't think you're going to get that type of great move out of BNGO today, just based on the daily. Again, just very, very choppy, guys, right now. I'm going to keep it off the list. If you guys see it get better, we can throw it back on there, or we can look at it in our scans. But right now, it doesn't look too great at the moment. Heading on down, TRY, we do have, yeah, I think TRY looks very good today. I think we got great volume there. The data looks very clean, a little bit extended. We do have shares for short. Are any of the other ones active? CORN, is anything happening there? No. What's the other one? APHA, right? What's another one that's also usually very active? They are active, actually up 4%, 1.1 million shares traded right now. So actually they're looking pretty good. They're actually up opposed to TRY, which is down. So that's interesting. We'll take a closer look at that. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, let's go on down here. XPEV, and then we'll look at NEO. I saw that on both chats as well. XPEV right now, we are up 2.8. Pre-market action is not great though. We've seen much better from XPEV. So this is not a good pre-market action for them. NEO, on the other hand, looks like it's starting to explode here. 2.7, and not to the upside, to the downside. Up 2.7 right now. 3 million shares traded. What was that? Implode, yes. So you got some heavy volume coming in here while these candles are dropping. So interesting. Let's look at NEO a little bit closely, see what's happening there. We'll take a look at that as well. All right, we'll stop here. Bingo, I'm not Bingo. BNGO, we do have us. We'll take a second. Well, actually, no, we don't have that one. We looked at it. It doesn't look great. Plug, we do have. Let's see what else. NEO, we do have. We just added that one, so that's good. KO, you know, KO is a great investment type stock, but it's not a great intraday. Probably a great swing trade.
Very rarely.
But for day trading, man, it is brutal. It is brutal. It doesn't move well. So let's see at JD. JD here, what do we have? JD, not much going on there. All right, guys, we're throwing some really good ones out there. We're going to do 2 more here. We'll do BABA and AMD, and then we'll head over to announcements. BABA here this morning, gapping up 2.7. Their daily looks great, great volume. Choppy pre-market action right now, but they're looking good for on their daily. They're looking very, very nice. So, man, look at this list already. Okay, all right, I'm just gonna take just maybe 1 or 2 from YouTube because we are out of space on this list. There's really not much we can add on to here. BNGO, we do have NEO, we do have XPEV. We looked at, doesn't look great. Okay, so at least we cover some of the ones you guys are throwing out here. Let's look at some of these. Apple and Tesla, we have not looked at those two, so let's take a look at Apple. Apple looks good. I like the pre-market action on Apple right now. Great volume. They're up almost 0.5%, but they were up a lot higher, almost 8%, 1% up here, dropping down nicely. So yeah, I think Apple is interesting. I'm gonna make room for this. Okay, Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla, it is up 1.7. Looks good, guys. I mean, it's just the consolidation on the day looks amazing on Tesla. We'll have to see how this thing plays out for the next couple of days, but it looks very good. If you want, Tesla's a stock that you can have on your list almost every single day, and just you have to wait for the setup, right? You got to be very patient with it, but it can move very well on any given day there. All right, Baba, we looked at. We do have that one. I think that looks great. AMD, we looked at. All right, good. So we looked at a lot of these. Let's look at Facebook. That's the last one we'll take a look at here. Facebook is up 2%, 262,000. Pre-market action, it's okay. I do like the pop on here, but I'm not going to add it just yet. But Facebook is a popular stock. So, in our scanners in the room, if I see Facebook, if I see Twitter, if I see Apple or any of these stocks, blowing up one way or the other, we'll definitely be tuning into those. So, all right, let's go over to announcements, guys. We'll come back and fine tune this very, very long list this morning.
Yeah, so quick rundown. My guess is you'll get a Brian swing trade ideas recap discussion either today or tomorrow in the room, since it was a market holiday yesterday. It's usually around 2:30 in the afternoon on Mondays, though. Did have your onboarding class last night. I hope a lot of people were able to attend that. Today, Tuesday, you've got Eamon's trade reviews at noon on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Success webinar tonight, 8 p.m. We'll talk about that in a second. Psychology webinars, 8 p.m. on Wednesday generally. And then, of course, you've got Thor's mentorship session, aka Thursday nights, 8 p.m. And the Closing Bell show simulcast on YouTube, 3:30 to 4:15 p.m. Guys, as I was saying, John's high of day break strategy. This is he's going to talk about how he trades this breakout pattern on a day in, day out basis. It's essentially the only pattern he trades. He might throw something else in there every once in a while, but as far as I know, it makes up the vast majority of his trades. So tune into that. That'll be tonight at 8 p.m. And then tomorrow night, you've got Nada talking about your mistakes, learning how to let go of mistakes and move on from them, learning from them. And then next week, we've got a town hall with Dr. Katz. That'll be at 8 p.m. next Wednesday. If you want to participate in the member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade, post it on Twitter, mark it up. It should have entries, exits, and then anything you can do to add color to it, describing the trade, why you took it, and everything else. We will post the winner for that each day in the Closing Bell show and on Twitter, and then the team will take all the trades of the day that week, vote on the winner for the week, and that'll be announced on Monday, Closing Bell show, or I guess today, and on Twitter as well. That'll be for next week. We'll announce it today since it was a holiday yesterday. You need to post it on there, tag at Bearable Traders, at MikeB_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use the hashtags BBT family, day trading, and stock market. If you're watching on YouTube, you'd like to give the room a shot, you can use the promo code PREMARKET24. It'll get you a discount on the intro membership. That's 7 calendar days in the room. 5 trading days, does not auto-renew or turn into any other kind of membership. It also includes Carlos's onboarding class that I mentioned earlier. He does live every Monday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, if you're looking to become an annual elite member, use the promo code NewYear40. That will get you 40% off the annual elite membership.
All right, thank you, Norm, very much for that. All right, guys, let's jump on this here, see what we have going on. So we have a, let's scan through our list first. Let me get rid of the QQQ here and the SPY off our list, and then we can scan through this. All right, so starting with GameStop, guys, I think this is a real good one. Has been very active, already looking nice here, up 18% and looking very strong, this pre-market action. We're struggling here around this 40.74, looking to break out of that and head higher, so that looks good. TRRY, this one also looks great, guys. We'll take a look at that one. BBB, again, we have volume, we're up 6.6. Maybe this is more of a possible than actual one on our main list. So let's keep it on here for now. NEO, very active, a great volume, 3.2, up 2.6. Also like the daily on NEO as well. We can take a closer look at that one. Apple is very active this morning as well. We'll take a look at that. How many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so only 5. Let's scan through this secondary list, starting from the bottom. We do have ACRS here. Wow, this is the low flow of the day for sure. Look at the volume, 6.2, up 115,000, 115% right now. So again, this is looking very, very nice this morning. Here's Baba, again, nice pop. I like the daily. We could keep this as a possible. APHA has volume of 3.2, but TLRY looks very good this morning. So I'd rather keep this one on there. I'm going to remove APHA. I'll keep in mind that, you know, if we're watching Tilray, we can also think about the other ones if they hit our scanners. CCIV, nice drop here in the last couple of minutes. Good possible. SRNE, this one has had 2 really good days on here. They got great volume today. Not a great pre-market action, so we'll keep it there. FU2U, again, I think I'm going to remove. I think the pre-market is pretty flat at the moment, so we'll get rid of that. Givo, let's see here. I think this one has potential, guys. The pre-market, again, is chopping around here right now, but the day looks interesting. I think you can get something out of this. The volume is there. It's just not really trading well as far as the price action, right? So we'll take a closer look at that one. BLDP, I think this one is okay. Space is good. Yeah, they're not. Oh, PLTR, so. MGM looks good. Actually, MGM could probably be a main one here, because MGM does look really nice. Up 6% right now. Has great pre-market action here. Kind of stalling a little bit at the moment at 3160, but again, it has to, because look at the resistance is coming up against on the daily. So that looks real good today. I see a lot of people throwing out AMC. Let's take a look at that. AMC, yeah, also popping up good. Yeah, AMC is good. We'll throw that one on here as well. We'll do levels for that one. All right, so this possibles list one more time. Fuel cell is okay. PLTR, I'm gonna remove PLTR. Space is decent. I like the daily more than anything on space, right? For a possible continuation, if we can get going here. We're up 6% after a nice red day on Friday. They're bouncing back up here. Do we have the strength to get back to some of these highs here? That'll be the play there. BLDP, no, I'm gonna get rid of it. Givo here has potential. That's good. SRNE, this is nice. Keep that one on there. CCIV dropping nicely, although the daily's a little bit wild here, guys. Got to be careful with this one. Plug is good, and then Baba is really good on the daily. Okay, I think we have a pretty decent list now. All right, let's start with GameStop. GameStop, guys, moving very nice this morning. They're getting close to that high of 2 days ago. Do we have anything before that? I'm sure we'll have to go back pretty far here for all right, not that bad. 2015. So let's zoom into 2015 here. Let's see what we have as far as levels. Right over here, we're actually, the price right now is sitting at oh yeah, well, this is the high of 2 days ago, but you could tell how that has been playing a great area of support well back in 2015. So you see that level right on there. Above that, we have another great level, guys, here off the daily at 44.48. Look how many times we have had resistance at that level, and then becomes great support as well. So that's good there. Above that, we have 45.57, and then slightly above that, another great 2 levels here, 46.79, and then all the way up here at 47.64. So wow, we have not been up here since 2015. Is that correct? Let's go back. That is a big move for this stock here today. Yeah, we have not been up here since 2016. Moving around. Yep. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. So again, this thing was sitting at $2 just in February, guys. $3.50 in February. Who would have thought? Real nice couple of days for them here. So yeah, so we have some good levels towards the top. Towards the bottom, guys, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. Only thing you have to mark here is really the low of the pre-market right now, sitting at 37.16. But I will also mark this level here. If you look at the pre-market right now, this 39.69, great area of support. You know, depending how things go here, if this thing does come back down, that could be a good level of support throughout the intraday play here. So throw that on there. TLRY, great volume coming back up after making a low at 1870. So a nice bounce here, heading towards that previous day close line. Towards the top, high of the pre-market sitting at 2060. We'll throw a level there, and then above that you have the highs from 2 2 days ago. So very nice daily here, guys, for them. They've been trading very well with some, again, a lot of just positive news behind the POS sector there. So they're doing pretty nice this morning. Here's BlackBerry. BlackBerry's pre-market action, again, I'm not convinced on this one. Still just chopping around. Let's remove some of these levels. I might move this one down actually. 1095 high of the pre-market, low of the pre-market 1013, and then surrounding this you have the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. Pretty much got you covered there. Price action right now just kind of sitting right. This could be a level right on here we're sitting at. So 1050, I'm going to mark that down. Again, we're just wrapping ourselves around that level at the moment. Let's see if we're going to swing one way or the other here. But I really believe this should be coming down. I don't think it looks as great as some of the other stuff that we have on our main list. So we'll bring that down to a possible. Here's NEO, one of our very great explosive stocks that we have taken amazing advantage of here. High of the pre-market 58.83, low of the pre-market sitting at 55. So we'll throw a level there. That's a great area of support, by the way. Look how much resistance you had here on these 4-day span here, the 4, the 5th, the 6th, and the 8th or 7th. Yep. Then below that you have a great level of support at 50, 30, 39. Now this stock moves a lot, so you know, look at this level here. This could be a minor area of support, resistance right there, 52.39. Just throw that on there, because again, if you get a move from 54 to 52, you know, that's a great move. Take advantage of that and make sure you put some in your pocket as well. So towards the top, high of the pre-market is there, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. You're pretty much covered on NEO. So let's take a look at Apple. Great volume right now. They're low of the pre-market, trying to hold strong here at 127.93. So being tested at the moment. Let's see if that's going to hold. Doesn't look too good. Towards the bottom, you have the previous day close, which is also the low from Friday. Right on there, so that's good. Then below that you do have this level is still good, 126.43 from this date here. Towards the top, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, this level here at 128. We could probably remove this now, because we do have your high from 2 days ago right there, which is very close to the high of the pre-market. I think that's taking care of you there. So looking pretty good on Apple. Great action. Pre-market lows being broken at this moment. We'll see where that ends up. Here's MGM, guys. I think this one just kind of stalled, right? It started to get going and hasn't done anything after. No volume at all. So let's mark down here, high of the pre-market 31.79. The next pop over here will be 32.38, and then we just have all this chop here. Again, not really a great daily chart here, unless you're trying to break through the top here. This would be great, because we've been struggling to get above this 31.79 for some time now. As you can see here, what's this, almost a month trying to get above that level. So towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days got you covered there. So let's see, but not looking too good though. It's just kind of, again, let's see what happens. It's just, volume just seems to have died down completely on this. AMC, on the other hand, does have a great volume here. We are moving nicely. High of their pre-market this morning is sitting at a 288, so we'll throw a level there. Above that, their daily is not great, but let's see if we can find some good levels here. This one could be one right there. This one is a good one, 327. You have area support, resistance right on there, so that's decent. In between that, again, this is just all over the place. You're not going to find a great level. Maybe a minor level of support, resistance right here. This 313 looks decent. You got a lot of resistance happening here. Some support. Again, just don't put a whole lot of weight on that 313. The 327 is by far much better, stronger level. Then towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, previous day close. You got tons of stuff happening down here. So they got great volume today, guys. I usually don't like these lower price stocks, but this one could really move. And obviously they're up 21% this morning with 13 million shares traded. So that is what we have. Let's take a look at our possible, see if anything has changed. BBB, we moved down, doesn't look all that great. Fuel cell is on here, not so good. Same with space. Gevo started well, kind of just chopping around now. SRNEs could be a good potential there. CCIV, very active, guys. Tons of volume here. It's just really all over the place at the moment, both on the daily and the pre-market action, but the volume is definitely there. If it can trade clean at the open, this could be a real good one. So I'll be looking for that one in our scanners. Plug is okay, and Baba's daily looks amazing, but that's pretty much about it for them right now. ACRS, where are we? We are almost at 1450 on ACRS, up 141. We started this when this was what, up like 60. Now we're at 140 this morning and climbing. So definitely the low flow of the day. 9.1 million shares traded so far. Anyone in this? Anyone in the chat will take this trade already? I hope you did, and I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're putting some in your pocket as this thing is just ripping. All right, let's take a look at our watch list. Let's bring in our visuals here. Okay, let's see what we have. Let's start. Who's the first one up here? Okay, here we go. Reminder, guys, trade review with Eamon today's Tuesday at 12 p.m. So make sure you take advantage of that in the classroom, right? 12 p.m. Eastern time, trade review with Eamon. No IPOs anticipated for today. Thank you, Peter. Eamon has BABA, TSM, BLDP on his main watch list, secondary list, GameStop, TIGR, Riot, GRTS all on his secondary list. John, high of day breakout. Billy, BABA looks amazing for a high of day breakout today. He has that on there as well. Baidu and Roku. Tiffany has GameStop, Apple, and TLRY. Thor's watching XPF, Plug, GameStop, IB. And also Apple has tons of volume. Yes, definitely does. Andrew's watching GM, ACRS, Plug, Neo, and GameStop. We'll take a look at GM because I saw a lot of you guys throwing that one out there. We haven't looked at that one yet. Jared's watching GameStop, Facebook, GM, right? General Motors, Facebook, GameStop, and secondary list Plug, Fuel Cell, Tesla, and BB. Peter likes AMD, Neo, GameStop, secondary list ACRS, Gevo, and GameStop. And then Brian has GameStop, ACRS, GM, Gevo, or Plug, one of those two, and also TENX for fun. He loves that TENX. I'm seeing him trade that in the past several times. All right, let's take a look at GM before we log off, because I know GM, GM is very active. Great volume, 1.3. We can definitely add this to our list. What time we have? 9:17. We could quickly do levels for this one. High of the pre-market sitting right now at 54.07, so we'll throw a level there. Towards the bottom, guys, you pretty much cover highs and lows from the last two trading days. I'm going to add here the low of the pre-market sitting at 50.40, so we'll throw a level there. And are we sitting at all-time highs on GM? I don't believe we are, but let's go back and check. GM normally does not trade very well, but they have so much news now. They're doing very nice. We are at all-time high on GM. That makes it even more interesting. All right, perfect. So definitely GM is going on the list, moving very well. Volume is coming in nicely. It's 300,000 almost on every one of these 5-minute candles. That's very nice for GM this morning. All right, guys, that is what we have. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and for the pre-market show. We will see you again tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. Remember, today we have Eamon's trade review at 12, and we also have John talking about his high of day breakout for our success webinar tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So do not miss that. It is a very interesting strategy, and he's very focused and fine-tuned on what he's looking for. And again, we're looking forward to seeing what he has to say there. All right, with that said, thank you so much, guys. We will see you tomorrow, and take care.